All the influencers, all the gurus who try to tell you that work-life balance is a thing, well, let me tell you, they're wrong. It doesn't exist. And it's not because there's no such thing as work-life balance. But what they never want to tell you is that their life is not your life. You're the only one living this life. So how can they provide you advice on something they're not living? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We are literally at this very moment in the middle of the ocean. We are on the Carnival Paradise, and this is just one of the videos in the series that I've been making while on this cruise. And, you know, being on a cruise just truly opens your mind and opens your creativity to a whole new world of things that you just don't think of. Because when you're out in the middle of the ocean, you don't have cell phone service, and you're literally just looking into this vastness of open ocean. Your mind turns on. It unlocks like this new level of creativity. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I love a cruise. Now, that exact topic is actually something that's going to be discussed in a separate video. But in today, I just want to sit here and I want to talk to you guys about work-life balance, because it's something that we all as humans struggle with, I myself included. And this is not telling you what you should do, because as I said at the beginning of this video, this is your life. No one lives your life except you. You're in your shoes. So how can somebody else make a decision on what should be best for you? So rather than tell you what you should do, I'm going to simply talk about my experience and talk about what works best for me. And if you're anything like me, I'm a very creative person. I'm very goal driven. I'm very goal oriented, and I'm very purpose filled. Every single day I have a purpose. What is that purpose? Is today's purpose to relax? Is today's purpose to make $100? Is today's purpose to start a business? Is today's purpose to hire an employee? Is today's purpose to start my taxes? Whatever it is, every single day has a purpose. And today, work-life balance is the topic of this video. So we're on the Carnival Paradise. It's a little after 10 p.m. currently, and I'm at the adults only Serenity Lounge. Right now, it's the quiet place on the ship because it's just popping. The ship right now is popping. I'm an avid cruiser. I love cruising, and this is the oldest ship that I have ever been on. This is the Carnival Paradise. It is the oldest ship in the Carnival class. Well, it's a fantasy class, but in the Carnival ship. What's really cool about these old ships are that they have so much character and uniqueness to them. Like when you walk into the comedy club, it's called the Queen Mary. It literally looks straight out of the 90s. And if you know what the 90s smell like, it smells like the 90s. And it's such a cool, surreal feeling. And the whole ship honestly has these really cool, unique features about it because it's from the 90s. Now, they have done lots of renovations and improvements to it. It was actually just in a dry dock in October. But just seeing the old classiness of the ship, it's so cool. And it really got me thinking about like the good times, like back when you're younger, right? And you're a kid. Now, I'm 28, about to be 29. My wife just turned 29. So we're in probably the later stage of our first adult life. If you want to classify adult life as 4 segments, we're like at the end of the first. We're about to hit our 30s. But thinking about back to these good times, right? Like when you're a kid and you've got no worries. You can wake up on Saturday morning, you can watch all the cartoons you want. During the weeks, of course, you've got school, you've got homework, but does really any of that matter? I mean, as a kid, you're just doing it because you have to, right? There's really not even if you fail, you're not going to get your diploma, but that doesn't mean you fail in life. Whereas in the adult life, there's all this pressure on us. If you don't succeed at your job, well, you're fired.
Jim, I'm sorry, you're fired. Get out of here.
You don't have an income. You can't pay your bills. You don't have a roof over your head, right? It's all these things that as an adult don't matter as a kid. And when as a kid, you're just enjoying it. If your life is filled with so much adulting that you never take time to enjoy the moments that you're in, you're never going to be happy. And as I said, I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not here to talk to you about what you should do. These are just my thoughts. Money to me is extremely important. It is one of the biggest things in life, because without money, you can't survive. You can't live the life that you want to live. You can't do the things that you want to do. Money is not happiness. I know a lot of rich people, and the more that I spend with them, the more I find out that rich people are very depressed. And what I mean is they're always looking ahead to the next day of the next amount of money that they can make, but they're never truly happy in the current present moment. That's an issue. The problem is they never, ever appreciate what's right in front of them. They're always looking for the next big check, the next big deal. And unfortunately, it clouds judgment, and it also can affect how they treat others. Now, I myself pride myself on treating others with respect, and you should too. But ultimately, that's your decision. I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't do. But if money is clouding your judgment towards being a good person and always doing the right thing, then money's an issue. So to me, money is on this high up pedestal because without it, you can't live the life you want to. However, if you let it interfere with your judgment, that's the problem. Now, on the other end of that, you've got the poor people, the homeless, the beggars, the people who are on the side of the road who would rather beg for money than that of actually going to get a job because they would rather just beg. Some of them aren't like that, but a lot of them are. Or they're looking for money to get the next drugstore or to the next alcohol store. Whatever it is, that's the opposite side of the spectrum. And they're looking to just get their fix. That's all they care about. Now, if you see where I'm going with this, there's a high and there's a low. But what's in the middle? Well, in the middle is appreciating what you have at this very current moment. Like for me right now, there's a lot I could be upset about, whether that's my business, my finances, my wife, whatever's going on in my life. Those are just a couple examples of what it could be. But instead, I'm on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean with my wife, having the time of our lives. We just left Mexico. The weather is incredible. So what really do I have to complain about? So you could say that this is a bit of gratefulness in general, right? I say all that to get to this point of work-life balance. If you're always working, you're never going to appreciate what's in front of you. You're never going to appreciate the fact that, hey, I just made $5 million. What's next? Well, what's next is maybe you take a break, you spend time with your family, you travel the world, you spread kindness. Maybe you donate some of that money, you help some people in need. That is what's next. But to them, it's always, well, how do I make the next $1 million? How do I make the next $5 million? Now, I just am currently in real estate, right? And with real estate, there's always more. Always. You're never going to run out of real estate. Now, sure, there's perfect properties at perfect times, but with real estate, there's always more. There's always the next one. It's never going to end. It's just like cars. There's always going to be new cars every single year. There's never going to stop being cars. So appreciate it while you have it and always look forward to the next thing, but appreciate it while you have it. On the low end of that, right, you've got to stay balanced to where you're not allowing yourself to not do what you got to do. Now, as somebody who has not worked a regular job in 8 years, I haven't showed up at a 9-to-5 job in 8 years. You have to have self-discipline, because if you don't, you won't do what's required of you to do what you need to do to be able to accomplish what you're out to get. Like I said, I've got big goals, big dreams, big aspirations. Right now, I'm about to start my trucking business. My first goal is to make $20,000 gross per month. That's my start out point. That's $5,000 per week over 4 weeks. 4 weeks is a month. That's $20,000 per month. My next goal is to use the income with that to then supplement my real estate business, which, of course, as I've discussed before, 5 properties grants you roughly $8,000 per month. Those 5 properties are going to cost you about $250,000. So I'm looking to grow my trucking business, use that business to then supplement my real estate business, which then creates, of course, passive income. At that same time, hire a driver, get another truck, have multiple drivers on the road while I stay home and dispatch, and that brings home another 30 to 40,000 per month. So right there, you can see where I'm getting about 45 to 50,000 per month. So those are like goal 1 and goal 2 right now. And those are just my business goals. But in order to accomplish those things, you have to make sure that you're disciplined enough to be able to do what you got to do when you got to do it. And that can be very, very challenging. I struggle with that sometimes. A lot of people struggle with that at times. And especially, you can't rely on motivation, because motivation is not going to carry you where you got to go. Work-life balance is only a thing for you. Maybe you're at the point of your life where you just had a kid and you need to spend time with your wife and your kid. So maybe you're going to be home more than you normally would. Maybe you're going to take time off from work, right? Maybe you're a business owner and you're like, listen, I'm not going to work for the next 3 weeks or 3 months. Maybe you're like, hey, you know what? We haven't had a vacation in 6 months because we have been working 6 months every single day for 60 hours a week. We need a break. We're going to go take a week vacation. There's always different objects. There's always different substances for each individual life. So don't let somebody tell you what you should or shouldn't do based off of their life, not your own. With all that being said, that is my work-life balance talk for tonight. I'm just really talking about what's on my mind with work-life balance, because it just gets thrown about so much in today's world, and it's really screwed up that people think that they should tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but yet they're not living in your shoes. Whatever your job is, whatever it is that you do, would you let somebody come in with 0 experience and tell you how to run your job? Hell no. That's what these influencers, that's what these gurus are trying to tell you what to do, how to manage your time, how to live your work-life balance. If you need money today because you can't put a roof over your head, well, then you better be ready to work your face off. But maybe you've been working your face off and maybe you decide, I want to take a step back. Well, then do that. Whatever works best for you is what you should be doing. I'm Zane. This is the Carnival Paradise Cruise Series. I'm out for tonight. I'll check you guys in the next video. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, and remember, you create your own story.